guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to review a dinosaur figure that I actually have had a request for a couple of times now, and it's something that I was looking forward to getting for quite a while, and I just got him, and I'm super excited to have him on the channel, and it is this guy. This is the Collecta Mapusaurus, and it is the newest version that they have released. They do have an older version, which I also have, but I wasn't a big fan of that guy. Not as much, not even remotely near as much as this one. This one is insanely beautiful. Just something about it, I absolutely love it. I love the color scheme, I love the detail, and one thing that I really absolutely love is that Collecta actually has included a new style base. These bases, I feel like they always just had that type before where it would have like a leaf or something just here and there, and it was just always that same style base. But this is a completely new terrain as far as Collecta goes and their dinosaur models. This is not anything that I believe they've released before, at least not that I've seen. So the base being a little different is definitely another one of the great pluses of this figure. So anyway, instead of just talking about only the base, let's take a nice look at this dinosaur. Starting up here at the head, you can see some beautiful details sculpted all over. The scales and everything all over the head just look marvelous. They are sculpted beautifully all over the place, just different sized scales everywhere that you look. Honestly, even in the palette you can see there that the scales are just sculpted all kinds of different sizes, and it really makes the head just look so nice because of the scales being sculpted in all sorts of sizes. It really looks good. That eye has a beautiful gloss. It is just a plain black color, but the gloss is so nice. You can see as I turn it here, you can see that the eye is definitely shining, so it looks really nice the way they've done that. I absolutely love the eye. There is some nice coloration here on the face as well. You can see little bits of changing in colors, different tones of the head here. There's a nice little dark color around the nose and a nice little dark color around the ear. You can also see that the eye has a little bit of a darker area around it, just to really elaborate the eye. The palette has a nice lighter orangish type of a color mixed with a little tiny bit of red also in there. And you can see on the underside it also has some different tones as far as the red and the darker red and the orangish type colors here in the neck. So very cool as far as the coloration of this goes. I feel like this model overall just looks beautiful as far as the color scheme goes. It's not anything that's overly flashy or anything like that. It's something that I could definitely see being a very realistic color scheme, and the paint has been applied so beautifully all over the place that this really is an awesome Mapusaurus. You can see these nice little bumps all over the top of the head here above the eye. They look very good. Beautiful coloration all over the place. As I said, all sorts of tones. There's almost a yellowish here at the start of it, and then it goes to a reddish, like a very dark red, and then a lighter red, and then a little bit of an orange color mixed in, and then it goes back to a yellow color. So much has just been put in as far as coloration goes right there into those little bumps above the eye, and it just really makes it come to life. It makes it look absolutely beautiful. It does have an articulated jaw, and the articulated jaw works really nice. It opens pretty wide, so that's also a plus. You can see the tongue on the inside there. I'm a little torn on the tongue, I don't know, but the teeth look very good. They're sculpted very nicely, colored nicely. It's just a pure white color, so it's not the most realistic color scheme in the world as far as the teeth go, but maybe he just brushes really well, I don't know. But either way, I really think it looks nice, and the whole head just looks beautiful. Going down the neck, you can see he's got these little bumps all over the place, and he's got these nice little bumps that run the entire length of the back, and they are different sizes, so that was a good plus to make the sculpt look a little more real. The scales all over the place look fantastic. You've got some very nice skin folds here right behind the neck. Beautiful skin folds actually all over the neck. And then you come down here into the arms. The arms are nice and short. He's got 3 claws, which are painted a pure black color. They look pretty good. They actually have a little bit of dry brushing over them to give them a slight different tone to them. It makes it actually look pretty good, something that Collecta I feel like doesn't normally do, and maybe that's something they're going to start doing since this is a 2018 model. So that's definitely a step in the right direction as far as they go. You can see a little bit more here of a skin fold coming from the arm, and then some skin folds here in the stomach. These beautiful scales all over look fantastic. The back leg here is some great muscle tone and some nicely carved out scales the whole way down. The feet look beautiful. The toenail claws are again the same way, just a pure black with some dry brushing over them to give them a little bit of a different tone. And then the tail here You can see the underside of the tail looks very nice. Scales sculpted all over the place, big and small. And then you can see the upper side also looks beautiful. He Collecta loves to include this realistic attribute. I believe that that is awesome every time they include it, which is pretty much every time, because Collecta really strives to make their dinosaurs and their animal figures as real looking as they could possibly get, in my opinion, and that is awesome that they attach that to them all the time. The tail is nice and long and looks beautiful. It is sculpted fantastic. Everything about this is beautiful. You can see the other side looks just as nice as the opposing side. Everything top notch, full of detail, full of beautiful color, and full of life, in my opinion. This thing truly looks like a potentially real living dinosaur. It is so nicely done. I cannot commend Collecta enough on this sculpt, on this dinosaur, on the paint. Everything is just amazing on this. I even really like the pose. I feel like the pose is beautiful. Nothing overly crazy done on it. The tail isn't curved in some ridiculous fashion that you can't imagine a dinosaur actually being able to do. Everything about this just looks unbelievably nice. This is honestly possibly my favorite of all the Collecta models that I actually own, and that's saying a lot because I really love a lot of the Collecta models that I have, but this thing is just unbelievable. It really is. I can't even get over it. It's just so beautifully done. And then you can see the base is pretty much just like a rocky type of a terrain, it looks like. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks very, very nice the way they've done that as well. So like I said before, they didn't have this type of a base before, or at least not that I had ever seen. So fantastic job on Collecta for upping their game, even with their bases. The overall color scheme on this guy, like I said before, I feel like is very, very realistic, and it's beautiful. It's not something that's crazy with crazy stripes or anything all over, but it is very striking because of this nice reddish color here, the red underside, and you can even see some hints of red here in the stomach going into the underbelly. But overall, it is a grayish type of a color, and there are actually little hints and spots of a reddish or an orangish type of a color all throughout the body. So overall, this thing looks fantastic. Collecta has done such a good job on this. This honestly is just a total competition for their Ceratosaurus, which, me being a dinosaur lover, I'm a big predator kind of guy, so I always love to see theropods and different predators. And I know Ceratosaurus is their other big predator this year. They also have a T-Rex coming out, but they've released a T-Rex a couple of times. I am very excited for the Tyrannosaurus, but this new Mapusaurus and the Ceratosaurus are the two that I think I'm the most excited for. Maybe the Brontosaurus as well. But either way, this guy looks unbelievable, and I'm going to have a very hard time finding anything else from the 2018 lineup of any other company that I will like more than this dinosaur figure. The size, from head to tail, you are looking at almost 13 inches, so about 12 3/4. And the height is a little under 5 inches. So he's a good size. For a size comparison, we've got Mr. Papo T-Rex, and you can see that he's a good bit bigger than the Mapusaurus, but he's not huge compared to him. And the Mapusaurus is definitely significantly longer, as you can see there. So the Mapusaurus is definitely a good size. So I believe, in my opinion, that Collecta this year, they have knocked it out of the park with everything they've released. It has just been non-stop beauty out of them. So I'm convinced that Collecta, in no time, if not already, is the leader as far as fantastic, scientifically accurate, beautiful dinosaur models. They just continue to impress me more and more every single year, and this dinosaur model is about as good as any dinosaur model can get. I really feel like for the sculpt, the paint, everything, this thing is just so beautiful that honestly it's worth so much more money than you're gonna have to pay to get it. So Collecta, definitely, you guys deserve to be commended for this. Great job. I will continue to review some more Collecta 2018's lineup as they come out. I am really, really looking forward to more and more of their figures, not just for 2018, but in the future as well. So I'll put a link in the description as to where you can buy this guy, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.